everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make the cinnamon fruit biscuits. Now we're going to serve this with our brunch that we're going to be making for our teachers along with our breakfast casserole. So this will be a really good sweet side dish to the savory breakfast casserole. So I think you're really going to enjoy this. You could have it for breakfast, but also it can be made for a snack or even a dessert, okay? So breakfast, snack, dessert, it's great for all different times of the day. Okay, so I've already washed my hands, so I'm ready to get started. So step one is preheat the oven to 375 degrees. So about 15 minutes ago, I went ahead and turned on the oven to preheat it to 375. And probably you already know how to do this because you've done it in previous labs. Okay, so now I'm on step two. Combine the sugar and cinnamon in a large bowl. All right, so I have a large mixing bowl here, and I look at the recipe. I need 1 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So for 1 cup of sugar, I'm going to use a 1 cup dry measuring cup. I have my sugar in this canister here. And with sugar, you know, it's not a fluffy ingredient like flour, so it's real easy to measure sugar. You just simply fill it and then level off your measuring cup. So I'll fill it so it's overflowing, and then I'm going to take my leveler or the flat side of a butter knife and level across. Okay, there we go. 1 cup of sugar, and now I need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, so I have my cinnamon shaker here, and I have the 1 TSP, 1 teaspoon. I'm going to take the lid off, and I could go like this, but that would take forever. The fastest thing to do is just to pull off this top off the cinnamon shaker. They come off, they're removable. And then I'm going to fill this with cinnamon so it's overflowing. And then take my leveler and level across. And get 1 teaspoon of sugar or cinnamon. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and put that shaker top back on for next time. And put the lid back on. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and just blend these together to make, this is my cinnamon sugar mixture. Okay, there we go. It smells real cinnamony. Okay, looks good. So now I am on step 3. Melt the butter in the microwave for 1 minute. So I look to the top, it says I need a 1/2 cup of butter. So I could use a 1/2 cup dry measuring cup, or this is really cool, 1 stick of butter is a 1/2 cup. Perfect, okay? And if you forget, it actually says it on the side of the butter. It says 8 tablespoons equals a 1/2 cup. There's 8 tablespoons, so 1 stick is a 1/2 cup of butter. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this into a small cereal bowl. And then I'm gonna walk this over to the microwave, and I'm gonna microwave this for 1 minute. Now while this is heating, I'm just going to remind you, make sure you don't use a metal bowl for this step, that you have a glass bowl or a ceramic bowl like this, so that those microwaves can travel right through the bowl, hit the butter, cause those butter molecules to vibrate and rub against each other, and produce the heat that will melt the butter. So we'll melt this for 1 minute. Actually, this butter was sitting out for a little bit, softening, so it might not take the whole minute. I might check it with about 10 seconds left and see if it's melted. It might get done a little bit early. That looks like it's already melted. Perfect. Okay, so I'll bring this back over here. Okay, so now I am on step 4. Dip each biscuit in the melted butter, then in the cinnamon sugar, and then place it on the baking sheet. Okay, so So I've got, look at the top, it says I need 1.5 or 2 tubes of refrigerated biscuits. So I have 2 tubes here, refrigerated biscuits. I'll take these out. And to open it, you find where the little like arrow points. You get your finger under the paper and pull off the wrap. Then you look to see where the seam is. That's this little line in the cardboard. And you can press it with a spoon, or I'm just going to use this. This always makes me jump when you pop that seal. Break that seam. Okay. And then we'll take out the biscuits. 1 second here. Okay. So now I have 10 biscuits. So I'm simply going to dip it in the butter and then both sides in the cinnamon and sugar, and then place it on my cookie sheet like that. So I'll be making actually 20 of these, because there's 10 in each can. Probably for this demonstration I'll just do 1, but you have enough cinnamon and sugar and butter here. You can do 2 cans. I think if you have a big cookie sheet like this, you can probably fit 4 across, but if you have a smaller cookie sheet, you might only be able to fit 3 across. At school here, we have these nice big cookie sheets, so we can fit 4 across like that. Almost forgot the butter on that one. The butter helps the cinnamon and sugar to stick to the biscuit. There we go. If you've ever had monkey bread, this will have a similar taste to monkey bread. That's really good. One more in here. Okay, there we go. Now I could go ahead and do the other 10, but I think I'm not going to take time for that right now for the demonstration. But I still have enough butter, cinnamon, sugar. I could do 10 more, and they would fit on this big cookie sheet. Okay. Instead, I'm going to go ahead to the next step. We're on step 6, or step 5, excuse me. 5, with a spoon handle, make a deep indentation in the top of each biscuit. So I'm going to take a spoon like this and make a little hole. And kind of push down, but also make a little circle like that. A hole in each biscuit in the middle. And now I am on step 6. Fill each biscuit with 1 teaspoon of preserves. So you can buy any kind of fruit preserves you like. I have strawberry preserves. I could have apple. I could have peach preserves. That would be really good. You could have different ones. Whatever you have in your kitchen would be fine. I'm gonna get a paper towel over here. I'll be right back. Just grab a paper towel so I can try and wash my hands off. And I'm going to open the strawberry preserves. Oh, well, I should have opened these ahead of time. All right, my hands are a little bit sticky. So I think I'm going to keep the camera rolling, but I'm going to see if my assistant can get it open. Oh. Oh, we got it. Thank you, assistant. Hands are a little bit slippery from that butter. So what I'm gonna do is, it says I need 1/4 cup of the fruit preserves. So I've got a 1/4 cup dry measuring cup, and I'm gonna use a rubber scraper and get some of the strawberry preserves and fill it up 1/4 of a cup. And this measurement doesn't have to be perfect, so I can always add a little more if I need to. And then I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of preserves in each of the centers. I'll just kind of dab it in there. Here we go. Use my finger. Put it in there. And like I said, you can use whatever flavor of preserves that you like. And fill each one. Oh, you could make some plain ones too if you wanted to. But this is really good. Just gives it a little sweetness. Just a little. So now I am on step 7, bake for 15 to 18 minutes or until golden brown. Okay, so I have my oven preheated, and I would walk over. I'm just going to show you how to put this in, and then I would set the timer. So I'm going to come over here to the oven. Okay, I already have it preheated at 375. Okay, so I'm going to open the door all the way. Okay, I'm going to use a hot pad to hold the pan. I'm going to put it in sideways so it fits nicely in the oven. I'm going to set it on the top rack, keeping my hand and arm away from any spots inside the oven, and carefully shut the door. And then I would set the timer for 15 minutes. When they're done, I would open the door all the way. This is one I've checked and they're golden brown. Open the door all the way. Grab the pan carefully with the hot pad. Set them on top of the stove. Carefully. And then close my oven door. Okay, then when they're done, I would use a pancake turner to lift them off the cookie sheet and onto the serving platter or the plates. All right, well, I hope you liked this demonstration, and I hope you try making these at home.